me, Donna, I'm back again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're someone who's been here before and come back, welcome to you. Thank you for coming back. Today, I want to show you what I sold on eBay. And you know the way some people say, these are my top 10 sales of the month. Well, these are my only sales since the last report that I did, because I've been toning down my eBay a bit through time, and I wouldn't say I've been getting disheartened, but because of the fact that I haven't sold much, obviously I have got a little bit disheartened, and I haven't actually listed anything for a while. So if you don't put the effort in, you don't get much out. So that's why my sales, I haven't got a lot of sales, but what I have sold, hopefully they don't come back, I'm pretty pleased with. And the money that I've made off these sales, I'm going to use to buy a dash cam for my car. And if you're interested in knowing the reason why, I'll talk about it at the end of this video, because I know I do waffle on a little bit, and people who just want to see my sales report don't want to hear me waffling on about how my week's been. So, because I know I do go on a little bit, so I'll show you what I've sold, and then bloody hair. So I need my hair cut again, so it's annoying me. So I'll show you what I've sold, and then I'll have a little chat afterwards. So I'll let you know when I've finished talking about what I've sold. So anyway, I'll shut up now and I'll get on with it. So the first item, like as usual, I'll put a picture there. It's this Zara jacket. I think I paid £3 for this. I think some of the stitching had come loose on it as well, but I did put that on the listing, and it sold for £14.99. This coast dress I've had forever, so finally somebody bought that for £22.99. This Wallace shirt blazy type thing was my own. I didn't buy it from Wallace because I ain't paying those prices. It was from a charity shop. Bought for myself. I think I wore it once. It was alright, but you know, one of them tops where you're like, it's okay, but I don't think I'll be wearing it again. So I sold that for £7.99. So yes, I've got my money back, plus a bit more, plus I wore it. Anyway, this Max Mara coat, sold it again. Remember in my last video I said that I'd sold it, I'd done an auction, didn't I, because I wasn't sure what price to put it on. Somebody bid for it, and then when the bidding was ending, they said, could you cancel it, because I think they said the niece or somebody had bid for it. So I cancelled that. I put it on as a buy it now. Somebody offered me £70 and I snapped their hands off. I've checked the tracking and it hasn't even been delivered yet. So fingers crossed Hermes don't lose that. Yeah, so £3 into £70. I'm over the moon with that. So next item, I've done a 20% sale on, because I just want to shift some stuff. I've learnt my lesson from the 50% sale. Basically, if you give stuff away, it's not a really good business sense when you think about it logically, like, you know. But anyway, so these Kurt Geiger sandals, really nice actually. Sold them for $18.39. This Madagascar Alex the Lion sold for $9.99. I think I've only paid £1 for that. I've had it ages. That was a bugger to get in the bag as well. It was massive. These Regatta like slip-on-y type shoe sandals, sold them for $7.99. These tan leather boots are quite nice, only tiny they were. Sold them for £10. Again, this was with the was it the 20% sale, or I think somebody might have given me an offer on that, I can't remember. These inks that I've sold, so I only sold them for £11.50. These wasn't part of that batch, remember, that I got from the charity shop. These, somebody actually gave me a printer which was knackered, but it did have some inks in there that which were obviously brand new, still sealed. So I got £11.50, so they cost me nothing. These Reebok classic leather trainers, $39.99. That's with the 20% off. I think I've had them a couple of months. I think I might have showed them in a haul. So I got $39.99, so brilliant. This Microsoft Office, I'm reading from my old phone again, if you're wondering why I'm looking down, or yeah, maybe you don't even think why you're looking down. But anyway, this Microsoft Office thingy, I got this actually with my laptop. It came with the, when I bought the laptop, it came with this free with it, and I didn't want it and nobody wanted it. So when I googled it and had a look, when I googled and looked at eBay, they were going for quite a bit of money, so I've done the 20% off that and got £43.99. So again, that cost me nothing, so I'm proper happy with that. So yeah, for nothing and £43.99, I was buying the laptop anyway, so bonus. So that is literally all that I've sold. So now, anybody who's not interested in any of my talking now, what I'm going to waffle on about, you can switch off now, because I'm going to have a little bit of a chat now. So now, I'll tell you the reason why I need to get a webcam, not a webcam, a dash cam. It's something I've been meaning to get for ages. And you know, when you put stuff off, basically because of the cost, like, you know, because they're not cheap. But I'll explain, where I work is obviously not Birmingham town centre, but like on the outskirts. I don't really want to say exactly where I work, but I normally finish work before my husband Liam, and then I go and pick him up, and then he takes over the driving, because I don't like driving around the area where it is, because I just don't, with the driving, as you can imagine, the time that I finish rush hour, other people's driving, I wouldn't mind driving it if it wasn't for the other idiots on the road. Like, you know, if you're driving to work is great, hardly any traffic around, no problem, you get to work nice, stress free. But basically, there's this one road that I have to get when I come out of work. It's a main dual carriageway road, 3 lanes. The lane in the middle is to go straight over the island. The lane on the right is obviously to go right. And there's one lane on the left, which is just for left only. But what happens is, it's all bumper to bumper, cars bumper to bumper all the way, because it's rush hour. What happens is, people on the left only turn, they can't, when they go up to the island, they can't get in because of the way the angle is. They whiz up and cut in front of you. So basically, literally, you give them an inch and they'll push in front of you. Some of them are obviously quite polite, indicate and come in, and you let them in, that's fine. But you get the arseholes, excuse my language, but there's arseholes in this world who think it's okay to just shove in front of you. So it's always been the same. It'll never change. People are people, in they like. So you accept that. So Wednesday, was it? I'm in the middle lane as normal, bumper to bumper traffic, because I'm waiting in the queue quite patiently, as I always do. Oh, sorry, before I forget, I'd read on Facebook, break time, and people were putting videos on. People are doing the crash for cash thing again, by the, not this island, but the island further up that I go to. So, basically conscious that people are doing this again, like, you know, because there's, again, arseholes in this world. So I'm in front, this car's in front of me and the traffic's come to a standstill, and I'm keeping an eye on my left, because I know that these people whizzing up on the left, at some point one of them is going to shove in front of me, because that's what they do. So I'm conscious of this car in front of me, sitting in traffic, listening to the radio, minding my own business, watching for the left, watching in front. And then literally, all of a sudden, a bang. And I'm like, ah, what? I felt a thud on my car. It wasn't a big thud, I'll say that, but it was enough to make me jump. And then I looked to my right, and I could hear beep, like, you know, and I'm like, what's going on? And there's this big, like, black car practically on top of me. So I'm like, my reactions are quite slow sometimes, like, you know, the way some people are really quick on that. So at first I'm like, oh, what's going on? So then I realised, obviously, this car on the right had tried to come in my lane when I'm stationary, and for some reason has just gone straight into the side of my car. So I'm like, okay. So I'm indicating to go left to pull over. Obviously, we've got to sort out our insurance details and everything. So indicates to go left, wait for the idiots who are speeding on the left to stop, to let me get in, pull in. So I pulls into the road on the left, try to get out the way, and this big black car, Audi car, like a Jeepy type thing, pulls up behind me. Now, I'm quite calm. You know, I've just finished work, I'm tired, I'm hungry, all I want to do is just go home. I'm driving there minding my own business. So I pulls up, gets out my car, has a look at the front where it's all scuffed and my indicator's broken. It's the front and the door all scuffed. And I'm like, I'm quite a laid back, believe it or not, I'm actually quite a laid back person until somebody pisses me off, if I'm honest, you know. But I got out the car quite calm, just thinking, okay, let's sort our details out. And this man, I can only describe him as a vile man, vile, horrible man, gets out of his car, and the first word he says to me is, "Don't you know your highway code?" I was indicating. And I'm like, "You've just bumped into me." "But I was indicating," is what I said. I said, I'm like, "You've just bumped into me." And he's like, "I was indicating." And I'm like, "You've just bumped into me. You've bumped into my car. I was in my lane and you've just bumped your car into me. You came into my lane." So bear in mind, it's not a very nice area. There's loads of cars around. It's dark. And I've got this vile man speaking to me like I'm something he's just wiped off his feet. And I'm like, nah, I ain't been spoken to like that. Now, I wear a uniform for work and I had my coat on, but my coat was undone. So, because he spoke to me like that, he said, "You give me your name." I'm like, "I ain't giving you my name." I said, "You can get your details off my car reg. I said, "You can sort it out from there." And he's like, "Oh, right, where do you work?" This is the way this arrogant man, I'm going to refer to him as a man, was speaking to me. And then he's looking at my shirt, like my jumper. "I'll find out where you work." I says, "My name is," tells him my name. He's going, "You're not going to tell me?" I says, "I've just told you my name. That's my name. Write it down." And he's like, vile little man. And he's like, "I'm going to take your photo." I'm like, "You what?" "I'm going to take," I said, "Take my photo then." So this man took my photo. I'm like, "Right, I'm going to take your photo then." So I took his photo, got me phone. It's ridiculous. When I'm saying it out loud, it's ridiculous. And I'm not getting angry now. I'm just telling it as it is. But I was raging when I got in my car afterwards. Raging at the thought this vile man could bump my car and then come out and verbally abuse me. I'm like, no way, mate. Anyway, because of it, and then he's going, "I'm recording it." This is how he spoke. I don't know whether the bloke thought he was better than me or something. I don't. "I'm recording this conversation." And I'll record away then, mate. Just get your recorder and record. And his wife, this woman, I'll just call her a woman, was sitting in the car. And because I was so angry about why this vile man thought he could speak to me after he's just damaged my car, I knocked on the window. I said, "You're going to sort your husband out. Sort him out," speaking to me like it's, "Sort your husband out, sort him out." And she wouldn't even look at me. So maybe it was because at this point I was quite angry and upset at the fact that this man thought he could speak to me in this manner. Unbelievable. And then, because of his attitude, "I'm going to record this. Where do you work?" and all this sort of business. I just said to him, "Does it make you feel a big man? Do you feel a big man, do you, speaking to me in this manner? I'm a female, on my own, in the dark. Do you think, mate, you feel better? Do you feel big? Do you feel good about yourself?" Don't know where this come from. And then he went, "Have you finished?" I went, "Yes." He went, "Are you trying to say I'm sexist against women?" I'm like, "Yeah." So anyway, that was it. He gave me his name and I took photos of his reg and everything. Obviously phoned up the insurance when I got home. So my last parting words to this man was, "Thanks for ruining my car, mate, and thanks for ruining my evening." And I gets in the car. Oh yeah, I forgot why this was all going on. I phoned Liam because I picked Liam up after work to say, "Liam, I'm going to be a bit late." I said, "Because some man has just drove into our car and apparently it's my fault." So yeah, so I said that in front of the bloke and his wife. And then I gets in the car and I phones Liam on the Bluetooth because I finally figured out how to use a Bluetooth. And I was raging. Oh, fuming. Not so much the fact that my car had got damaged, because I am gutted about my car, because my car, it's the nicest car we've ever had. We've never had a car as nice as this. We paid for it on finance. It was expensive. and I'm not happy at some bloke in this big 4x4 Audi bangs into me and then thinks he can speak to me in the manner that he did. Quite aggressive, quite rude, quite arrogant. Vile piece of work. So yes, I was absolutely raging. So, I just want to make a point of saying, if you're a guy and you're driving your car and you have an accident in your car, I know not all men are like this at all. I'm not judging men at all, but just have a little think about it. There's a female on her own. Have a think about how she might feel. You know, a bit scared, a bit upset that a car's been knocked. That's why I tried to get the attention of his wife, if I'm honest. I thought, because if that was me and Liam and we'd had a crash, I wouldn't leave Liam to sort this woman out. And I'd come out to make the woman feel a bit more at ease. Like, easy to say, okay, we can all sort this together. I wouldn't have that attitude at all. But his wife wouldn't even make eye contact with me. Because I think at first I asked her for some paper to write down the information. Like, but she wouldn't even look at me. Whether it's because she knew her husband was in the wrong, I don't know. Really don't know what her problem was. Why she thought it was okay for her husband to get out of his car after he's just banged into somebody, completely his fault. Why she thought it was okay for her husband to speak to somebody in that tone, in that manner. Because I've spoken to a few people about this. He wouldn't have spoke to a man like that. If he'd spoke to a man like that, I think he would have been on his arse. I cannot believe that. Again, I'm trying not to get angry. I'm not upset about it. I'm angry of his tone and his manner and the arrogance and the aggression of the horrible little man. But yeah, I just don't understand. Maybe that's what he's like normally. Maybe he's just a vile little man in normal life and just... But like I said, really don't think he'd have any teeth left in his head if he spoke to a man like that. Really don't think he would. But I don't think he would speak to a man like that, because he comes across as the type of person who only speaks to women like that. That's what I said to him. Does it make you feel a big man speaking to me like that? So yeah, so basically that's why I've got to get a webcam, because I phoned the insurance people up and they says, okay, like, you've got legal cover and all this, blah, blah, blah. We'll go through that and we're going to sort out getting your car fixed. But they said, boy, from what you've told us of the conversation, it looks like he's going to try and deny it. And I says, well, there's got to be cameras on that road because it's a main road. And they says, well, it's quite difficult to get camera footage, I suppose, unless it's a major accident, which it wasn't. It's not important to other people, but it was to me. Like, you know, it's my car's damaged. So that's why I'm getting a webcam. But what I'm horrified about now is my sister said to me, what happens is, do you think somebody might have recorded it? Because she watches a lot of these dash cam footages. So I'm thinking, oh no, if somebody's recorded it and it's on YouTube. So I've actually been looking on YouTube to see if somebody's recorded it and seen me losing my cool with this vile little man on YouTube. But then again, I thought, well, it would probably go in my favour because I'd see the way it went. Like, well, I just, you know, when you're in your dreads and you feel, oh no, like, no. I know I'm doing YouTube now, but the way I see my YouTube videos, I'm in control. I'm in control of what I tell you and how you see me. And I'm in complete control of this video. So that's why I do YouTube, because I'm in control. But the thought of somebody recording me without my knowledge, that's why I weren't happy about this guy shoving a camera in my face and taking my photo, because it's probably like, no, I'm exaggerating. It's probably like, take the photo then. So God knows what that photo looks like of me. It ain't going to be pretty. It's not going to be the most flattering. And if somebody's recorded it, and you know what pisses me off as well? Nobody stopped to be a witness. That's the society we live in though, isn't it? All them people, bumper to bumper traffic. You got the, while we're speaking, I'll call it speaking to this man, you get the odd people drive past and bib the horns, because some people think it's quite funny, don't they? Like, you know, oh, it's hilarious, somebody's had a bump and they're having a row. Not having a row, I'll call it a discussion, because I don't think I raised my voice, and I know I didn't swear. I didn't swear once. I was really pleased with myself. Although I wanted to swear and tell him exactly what I thought of him. The only time I swore was when I got back in the car and I was on the phone to Liam. Like I said, I was so angry. The air was blue in my car. That bloke got called everything under the sun. Because I don't appreciate being verbally and abused by a complete stranger. I wasn't expecting him to get out of his car and apologise, because people don't, do they? But I wasn't expecting the attitude. Where's that come from? But you can see why road rage happens, can't you? You can see why people get their head punched. Because if they get out the car and speak to people like that, basically, this guy, again, like I said, if he spoke to like that to somebody who's not saying laid back, but I think I give as good as I got, if I'm honest. Like I says, I'm normally quite a laid back person, but he brought out the worst side in me, if I'm honest, because it was a horrible situation to be in. It was not a very nice situation, and the fact that his wife wouldn't even come out and try and resolve the situation wound me up even more. So we'll see how it goes. I've been on the phone to the insurance company. I'm waiting for the garage to phone me again. I think they forgot about me. They said the garage is supposed to phone up to either come and have a look at the car or come to take it away. I've even had the hire car or courtesy car people phone me, and I'm like, I've still got my car. I'm still waiting. So I'm waiting till that gets sorted, but I'm going to be looking online at dash cams. So that's annoyed me as well. So I've got to buy a dash cam, and I'm going to have to pay the, is it the excess or access? Excess, isn't it? Is that what you call it? To, excuse me, get my car sorted before it, well, I'm really hoping this bloke, man, I'm hoping he admits it was his fault, because it was his fault, but by his attitude. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, when I said to him about 10 times, you drove into me, at one point he says, well, I'm not going to admit that, am I? So yeah, so we'll see how it goes. So like I says, if you're a woman on her own, I'd highly suggest you get a webcam dash cam, because I am, because on the Thursday driving home from work, I was super conscious of my driving. I consider myself a good driver. Liam calls me Sensible Cooper, because Cooper's my maiden name, and he takes a piss about how sensible I am, especially with my driving. I never speed. I do everything. I'm like, you know them people who drive really slow and everybody I don't drive really slow. I'm always within the speed limits. You know, when you're driving and I get cars overtake me, because obviously they were in a hurry and they want to get a speeding ticket. That's up to them. So yeah. So that was how my week went. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't, you don't have to give me a thumbs down, just ignore me. So thank you all for watching. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. I'm sure I'll be back soon to have another moan. Thank you, bye.